Previously on this channel, I showed the craft of the crochet hook and the home art crochet book. These were so fun to look through. They're from like the 1920s sort of era, and they feature lots of Irish crochet lace as well as lots of braids being worked with crochet. Very exciting, very fun, and all of the digital scannings of these books, which are just free access, will be linked as a comment, so if you want to remake any of the patterns, you can. These are specifically from London, all of the ones I have, but they do come as being made in the US as well, but they're basically the same. And then I have a quarterly magazine by Flora Klickman just as well. And we can see the set she provides. Isn't that so exciting? My favorite sounding one is the Cult of the Needle. Crazy. And you know, if there's a set, gotta have all of them, so I got two more. I got Beautiful Crochet on Household Linen. Exciting. And the Modern Crochet book. Isn't that so sexy? Look at that. Oh, okay. Let's go through them. Let's go through Beautiful Crochet on Household Linen first, showing tablecloths, toilet covers, curtain tops, towel and sideboard cloths, tea cozies, dressing tables, runners, and other items. The side is bare, and then the back has a few ads. The ads are very good for research. Absolutely great. Okay, as you can see, this is the 5th impression and was from London. Isn't that lovely? I'll let you read all of this because that's a bit much for this late. Borwick's baking powder, that's so funny. Is that filet crochet? That's madness. I wanted to do filet crochet and I'd say experimental crochet. If you were like a sponsored crocheter, you could do like the sponsorship as filet. That would be fun, I think. Little flowers. I do like that they have the written pattern, but also the visual. I think that's always helpful. Kind of just standards. Oh, I love fuchsias. Standard filet. There was a daffodil flower there. I had a pet rabbit called Daffodil. He's dead. I do love me some good fuchsias. I think they look like ballerinas. So 2 good flowers right there. And you could also do filet in color work. So I mean, it has a purpose. You could do it in beadwork. You know, a grid's a grid. You could do anything. Oh my god, a little swan. I mean, this so far is very nice and simple, not much going on if I'm honest. What is this again? Okay, household. That makes sense, that makes sense. Filet crochet is kind of the easiest. This is quite nice. Of course, our Irish crochet comes into play. Let's see that again, that's pretty damn nice. I will say, oh my gosh, I was working on one of their collars. This was a while back. There was a mistake in it. When there was a zoom in, I saw the mistake. They shouldn't have added the zoom in. A lovely peacock. They were obsessed with peacocks in crochet in the 20s. It's just a motif that's always coming up. Other animals, you get them here and there, kind of nothing special, but peacocks always. What company did it? Oh, JP Coates. Yeah, they did a whole peacock. You had Weldons doing peacocks. A lovely insertion. Very fun. I'll be honest, my weakness is I just don't get sewing. I never understood how you would do insertions. Like where you cut like a little hole and you just sew it, but I cannot physically bring myself to do something like that. But you know what this would be so cool for? Is if you have damaged fabric but you really love it. If it's like a blanket or something and you really love it but it's got holes in it. Like your rabbit chewed it up. That's not the reason he's dead. But then you could kind of, I guess, just, what's it called? Not repair. There's a word for it. You get like medallion insertions often. I think they look so cute. Oh, I see. This is how you'd make the curtain. That's fun. I wonder if they use bone rings for this. I miss a page? I don't think it says anything about bone rings. Oh my god, more fuchsias. In a different style than the previous ones. It looks like a ballerina, but it kind of looks like a guy wearing a cape and like jogging bottoms and a massive phallus. Misshapen, of course, but phallus is a phallus. Oh, that's gorge. That's really gorge. Gorgeous. My biggest pet peeve in crochet is when you have like little holes. They're not all the same size or they're not perfectly round. When I have like little ones, I shove the hand over crochet hook there. Or anything that's kind of a rod, you just even that bad baby right up. Or just make your stitches better. Oh, that's lovely. How cute is that? That in different colours would be so adorable. You could even make it in white and then just put the dye on top, kind of tie-dye it. And the trail of the ragged robin. Flora's really busy. Gosh. The lure of the pen. Alright, let's get to the second and final one. The Modern Crochet Book. Containing original ideas for combining crochet with embroidery and with fancy braids, together with new and unusual designs for use on household linen, on underwear, and as dress trimmings. The side, a modern crochet book. The back, oh, the hot chocolate one again. Fry's chocolate confections for purity and excellence are unquote and unsurpassed. Oh, that's so fun. You see with the other ones, because this one's just got normal kind of haberdashery ads. You get Fry's hot cocoa. And this is the first one I saw. I thought this was so cute. And then another one. You were supposed to find it in, we're talking modern day, in Iceland, but I can't find it still. But I really want to try it and then make something from these books, drinking it. I think that's so fun. And they've been around for like 200 years. And I think at some point Cadbury's bought them out, or they were competing. But yeah, they still exist, as far as I'm aware. You can still buy them. Isn't that so fun? Oh, I do love me some good hot cocoa. I don't know why that was so exciting to me. Quite different from any other because of its velvety and bland flavor. Okay. I like some cardamom in my one. More periluster. Modern crochet book. Again, a London one. And this is from which series? Oh my god, it doesn't say, does it? Oh my gosh. Madness. Ooh. Immediately with gorgeous designs. It's kind of fun. You could do them as pillows or as blankets. Uncommon doilies. Ew. They weren't kidding. That's quite nice. I like crochet doilies that don't look very particularly crochet. They make you question where it was made and what technique, you know? See this, you wouldn't see this and instantly be like, oh, that's crochet. It would be like, huh? Like, that must be sewn, that must be just needlepoint. Oh, madness. And I guess it saves on time as well. And it just makes the crochet look crazy. You've got like the trefoil down here, very Victorian. I do like this one. I think this one they often call coronation. I think it looks like when you had to draw bacteria in school. Viruses, maybe it was viruses. I'm so needy to make some of these. Oh yeah. And it kind of looks like pineapple weed, doesn't it? Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's so cute. That's so British. In primary, my class was called Acorns. No, sorry, we were Oaks. Isn't that fun, though? That's so cute. Oh, yeah. Where was it? You know what? Somewhere there was this. I thought it was in the Stitchly, but I don't think so. It was the front of a book or something, or a magazine, was presented with this. I just thought it was so gorgeous. For the love of me, I can't remember where it was from, but I have one of these much bigger. A lovely illustration. I think they're so gorgeous. And again, if you just use different colours, that would be very exciting. These books are so dry, I can't flip the pages. A grape design. That's very traditional Irish crochet. That's really nice. Ew, that's gorgeous. That's very satisfying to look at. Oh, passion flowers. That's one of my favourite flowers. They're hitting all of the spots today. They're getting all of my favourite flowers. Oh, I was so confused. Yeah, you do put ribbons in these. When it says beading lace, it's nothing to do with beads, it's just ribbons. Does it say anything? Not really. But yeah, imagine these with gorgeous ribbon going through them. And I guess you could do it with a friend. Someone could do the background and someone does the little motifs. That would be fun. Ew, that's crazy. Kinda hate it. That's what you see at a craft club. When they give you just a nice little fillet alphabet. If you want more fillet patterns or what's it called, like color work ones, you could also use cross-stitch patterns or knitted grids. Anything from those kind of crafts. As long as it's a grid, it works. By God, these are dry. But you have to admit, these are pretty damn good condition. This is adorable. Oh, I love this. You could use that as a button or put it over a button. These are kind of, ugh. Oh, a little butterfly. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. That's one of the first things you learn in tatting. Two little rabbits. There's rabbits everywhere lately. But it is the season. Is that a pigeon? Oh my God, it is. It's so cute. Lovely ostrich. See, I know my birds. You don't have to tell me twice, I know them. I think there's moments when you get really gorgeous designs, and then you get things which are kind of like, And the writing in Flora's books, I think it's pretty damn decent. But whereas Weldon sort of does it instructionally most of the time, and it's sort of like storytelling, right? With Flora, it's more like you're reading someone's notes on how to make something. And you have to pay more attention to what they're saying, I think. There's definitely one where you have to read it a few times to make sure, you know. Sometimes she says gaps and spaces, or they use something a bit too interchangeably, or words which are a bit too similar, but with very different purposes, which could have been a different word, could have been substituted. You know, I've got no qualms with their style of writing. I just think it's much more, yeah, like notes. Kind of like you're reading. She wrote a pattern, she wrote it down, that's it. With Weldon's, it's much more step by step by step by step, guiding you through it. But it's not bad, I have to say, it's very nicely written. Once you get the gist, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of get it. The next time reading it, you just know it's just a reference. With Weldon's, you get little storytelling and then reference. They say, okay, redo this from there, or similarly work the pattern, or so on. If you're tired, use Weldon's. If you're, up and early, use Flora's. That's lovely. I always love when they call it handsome. Have you seen my handsome sideboard cloth? Linen crochet thread. Ew. Each ball is put up in a dust-proof holder without extra charge. Crochets easily and produces exquisite work. Oh, here you have more. See, this is like what I was talking about. This is what I wanted to show you. I just for the life of me don't know where it was. Maybe it was needlework for all. No, they're red. Damn. That's the gist. What they say about stitchery: attractive designs, clear instructions, and valuable hints. The Queen said that. Lord have mercy. Well worth the 3D charged for it. designed to foster good art in needlework. It contains good designs, especially in crochet. The illustrations are excellent, unoriginal lines altogether, unlike any fancy workbook already. That is true. They are pretty original. Yeah. I have to say, is every lady, young, old, or otherwise, should have a copy of the stitchery. I have to say, the way the write and the patterns, how they are, completely original to any other publishings I've seen. Kind of, well, not limited, I've been around the market, I've seen a few. It is pretty in its own world, and I think that's truly fabulous. In a time where, you've got granny squares dominating, you've got, what do you have going on? Filet crochet is dominating, of course. You do have braid work kind of out there in other publishings, but I think Flora really takes it to her own. Isn't this so exciting? Let's see what more we need. We have the home art, we have the craft, we have the modern, and we have household linen. Okay. We don't need that many more. We're doing pretty good. Well, 6 more and we're done. That's easy. Lovely display piece. Isn't that so exciting? Oh, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Thank you.